First, in 2010, let us renew our focus on sustainable development. A decade ago, the world joined together in a 15-year effort to combat poverty, hunger, and disease. We are now entering our 10th year with a clear vision for success. Just as we have mobilized to fight climate change, let us this year mobilize to achieve the Millennium Development Goals. Only a year ago, it seemed as though this noble cause would have to wait. The world economy was in free fall. Today, the picture is very different. Markets have rebounded. Economic growth is on the upswing, especially in the developing world. And yet, we cannot celebrate. Far from it. A true and sustained recovery demands solutions to our deepest problems: extreme poverty, the food crisis, the need for reliable, clean, and green energy. Everywhere, people are still hurting. Even in the wealthiest countries, they fear losing jobs and livelihoods. As for the world's poor, and especially in the least developed countries, they live in fear of putting food on their tables, even of having a roof over their heads. Escaping the poverty trap, escaping the boom and bust cycles of the past, offering the world's poorest people a prospect of hope rather than vistas of despair, all these call for lasting economic solutions. We at the United Nations cannot stand by. Prosperity for all requires global cooperation, cooperation on poverty, hunger, gender empowerment, and decent work for all. And that is why here today I ask that we join together to make 2010 a year of sustainable development, to meet the MDGs, address climate change, promote global health, and take the necessary steps for lasting and robust economic recovery. As you know, we will convene a special MDG summit alongside the general debate in September. For this summit to succeed, we must prepare the ground well in advance. We must mobilize our UN family and more. As with the climate change, we must build a global consensus for action, practical, targeted, and dynamic change. In March, I will present my own assessment to the membership, setting forth our sense of gaps and needs. I look forward to working closely with you to put our shared intentions into a clear, concrete, globally agreed plan. Also, early this year, I will launch a high-level panel on climate change and sustainable development, which will deliver its own recommendations on the way forward. In June, I hope to introduce a prototype of the Global Impact and Vulnerability Alert System, giving us real-time data on socio-economic conditions around the world. We must keep food security and job creation high on our agenda, with a particular focus on small farmers. We must break new ground on global health. A good place to start would be to robustly replenish the Global Fund for AIDS, tuberculosis, and malaria, which has proven its ability to deliver results and save lives. We must devote special concerted attention to maternal and child health, applying our know-how to save millions of lives each year. We must also give special attention to the least developed and landlocked countries of sub-Saharan Africa and other regions facing particular challenges in meeting the MDGs. We have only 6 years left on the clock. Let us begin 2010 with a strong and decisive push, the United Nations and all its members working together as one.